Hey everyone, it's Kirsty. It's the 3rd of July 2017 and it's time for an update on how I went with my surgical consultation today. Sorry for all the mess in the background there. I'm moving house, so next time you see me, you'll probably see me in a different setting, which will be fun for you, I suppose. Yeah, so moving house, doing the surgical thing, everything. Anyway, okay, so let's talk about what happened today in my surgical consultation, which was very good with Dr. Ken Wong at Central Coast Weight Loss Surgery. Now, I just want to remind everyone that all doctors are different. They'll do things different ways. And this is just to, give you some idea of what might happen in the process. So if your BMI is high, most surgeons will choose not to charge for consultation. My BMI is around 51 at the moment, 165 centimeters and weighed today at 135 kilos. So we talked about the things, the other options, so gastric banding, bypass and sleeve. I have always been leaned more towards sleeve because bypass seems quite drastic and I don't want a foreign body in my body, and I've heard some bands can be difficult and can take a lot of maintenance. So we discussed the risks of gastric sleeve infection, the pouch bursting, having to go back for further procedures, all that sort of stuff, which if you've done any research on gastric sleeve or if you've had any surgery in general, these risks are always risks that you take with having surgery. So they're fairly low, but the risk is always there. So that's a risk that you have to accept if you're going to go through with this. I was asked a question, do I have a health fund or am I drawing it off my super? If you've watched my earlier videos, you know that I'm drawing off my super because of my knee. I don't want to wait another 12 months in a health fund. I have the super to cover it, so I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, so he gave me a wad of forms. The first one to the Department of Human Services. So I'm in New South Wales. I don't know if this changes state by state, but this is how it is for me. And basically it just says this patient is suffering from severe obesity. This surgery is required to treat this life-threatening illness. Yep, it's definitely life-threatening. Surgical treatment is available for this condition but is not available in the public hospital system in New South Wales. It would be appropriate for me to access my superannuation for this surgery. So that's the first letter. Then the second form he gave me is early release. Sorry, I'll try and hold that up. Early release of superannuation on compassionate grounds, and this is to go to your GP. So you have to take this form to your GP. They have to fill it out, and it's just them corroborating that you have taken steps to combat your obesity, and that it is life-threatening and you have comorbidities that apply, in my case, chronic pain, and possibly some heart issues. So that's the second form. I've got my appointment with my GP on Wednesday afternoon to fill that out. And I had an interesting conversation with my surgeon about that. He's like, oh, some GPs will refuse to fill them out, and I get that. If you don't have a long-standing relationship with your GP and you go in and you go, just fill out this form and say that I'm so fat that I need to, draw off my super. I understand that some GPs can be quite difficult about that because they don't know you and they don't know your medical history. My GP and I have a long-standing history, and he has recommended this surgery to me before, about 2 years ago, so I have no doubt that he'll fill out this form for me. Then the next one is an estimate to the Department of Human Services, saying that the patient has an out-of-pocket expense of approximately $16,000, which includes surgery, visits to the dietitian, Megan Cusack prior to surgery, and 12 months following. So these guys give you a pretty good program. Follow-up care, anaesthetist, surgical assistant, nutritional supplements, hospital stay, and pre- and post-operative pathology. Please note this is an approximation only. And then they've given me a form to call the private hospital. They do it through the private hospital basically because you can't easily book surgical time in a public hospital. And it's just, they've given me the item number for the surgery, and I just have to get a quote from the private hospital to corroborate the costs of the surgery. So we're talking around 20 grand here. It's quite a lot of money. Alright, so if you do have health insurance, go for the health insurance because it's $3,000 to $5,000. I've heard it can be bigger, it can be lower out-of-pocket costs when you're doing, including excess when you're doing it through your insurance. So just weigh up your options. Then this next form is out-of-pocket expenses for early release. Sorry, guys. Of superannuation funds for laparoscopic weight loss surgery. Sorry, I'm going to say that 3 times so fast. Following is a summary of out-of-pocket package expensive for I'm not going to say it, for surgery. Okay? Okay. $3,500. Another estimate of medical fees. So these are all just corroborating the costs so that you can attach them to your final form, which is the early release of superannuation on compassionate grounds. Okay. Now, I have linked to this form in earlier videos, but I'll link again to this one. So the first thing that the lovely lady at the front desk told me was this form will time out if you don't fill it out quick enough. So she said, good idea to have a printed copy, fill it out, and then you know what you have to type in online and you don't get flustered and lost and it bloody thing times out on you. So that's a really good tip. Print out the form, fill it out, then go and fill it and submit it online. So all of those forms, the other forms that I have, got to scan and attach to this application. Now, it says that it takes up to 28 days to turn around an application. He said 6 to 8 weeks. So that's interesting. I think maybe 6 to 8 weeks when you get quotes together, go and see your GP, get him to fill out the form. I can understand why on average it would take that long. I'm hoping it's not going to take that long because that will take us up to mid-August, and I really want to get in halfway through September if I can, because most of my team is going on leave in October. So yeah, I'll keep you in up to date with the process as it goes through, anything that I hear. I don't imagine once I submit the forms that I'll hear much, but yeah, if I do, I'll just keep you guys up to date, because I know that a lot of people have questions about the whole drawing off super process and everything. Yeah, feeling good, really busy, moving not far down the road, closer to my daughter's school, which is great because I don't have to do the stairs here anymore with my knee. That's been a hard task. And then also up and down stairs once I've had the surgery might have been a bit difficult too, you know, because your stomach is healing. Yeah. Ooh, I feel like I've just talked a lot. I want to take some time to thank everyone that's gotten in contact with me over the last few weeks. A few of you got in contact with me, told me that you've been inspired by my videos. I can't tell you how much of an honor that is. Just to know that there are people going through the same thing that I'm going through and seeking comfort in others. It also really helps comfort me and keep me going and keep me honest. So I really appreciate that. Oh, the other thing that the surgeon said today was BMI at 51, looking at 4 weeks of liquid diet going into surgery. The aim of the game is to lose as much weight as we can beforehand to make sure that my liver's not too large and that that makes less risk of complications, basically. So going to be upping my efforts in dieting and moving around as much as I can in the next few weeks. If I can get it down, if I can get my BMI down a few points, then we're looking at 3 weeks. If I get it down, if I get my weight down even more, it's 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is the minimum. And liquid diet, he said people go crazy. So don't be disheartened if you're finding it hard, because liquid diet for anyone is going to be a friggin' hard slog. But you're doing it for a reason. You just keep that in mind and try not to be too hangry. I really going to have to work on that because I'm a hangry girl. But that's okay. Soon I'll be doing a before shot in my undies. If anyone's dying to see me in my undies, woo! Just for records, so we can see the progress and my body hopefully getting smaller and my skin no doubt getting looser. Any questions, concerns, please get in contact. I'm on here all the time. I get notifications if you send me a message here, or if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description as well. I'm not a massive Instagrammer. I just like taking pictures of things that I see and I think they're pretty. My daughter, the countryside, myself. Yeah, so anyway, big day, big couple of weeks coming up with a move. I hope to see you soon in my new house. Be good to yourself and be good to others. Talk to you later. Bye.